Hey, good morning, powerful people. Listen, I want to talk to you about emotions and our reactions. And what goes along with this is that you are the only one responsible for your emotions and reactions. There is no thing or person that is responsible for you for causing you to react or do anything except you. And at the same time, you are not responsible for anybody else's emotional reactions. And so when we realize that truth, we can live, walk, act, talk, and be powerful people. Yet this sounds easier said than done. If we've experienced in life where maybe, somebody reacts a certain way or says something and then we feel something and we respond a certain way, we end up training our environment, people around us, and acting in a framework that we have no control over our emotions and reactions. And we actually train other people that if they say something, if they do something, if they say it in a certain way and respond to us in a certain way, that we will do what they want. And so we actually give up the power of our lives to other people by how we've trained others in that. Listen, they're not responsible for how you react to what they are doing. And you're not responsible for making sure that other people react the way that you want them to as well. We need to stop trying to control other people and getting them to act the way that we want and be powerful people. Be somebody that is happening all the time, that knows where you're going, what you're headed after, what takes ownership over your choices, what you are going to do next, and then does those things. It becomes very easy to scapegoat why we feel a certain way onto other people, to give up ownership over our choices. Now listen, I understand. There's situations of abuse. There's situations where there's sadistic abuse, where people are doing things and hurting other people because they know that it's going to get somebody to act in a certain way. There's predatorial situations. I'm not talking about that. And if you're listening to me right now, I can guarantee you that you're not somebody that is somebody that is doing anything sadistic or evil to other people. And maybe you've had stuff like that done to you in the past. At the same time, you are responsible to not be defined by what was done to you. You are responsible to not be defined by what other people are doing around you. You are responsible for how you react, and the only thing that you can control is your emotions, your reactions. You can't control other people. You can't make another person be a certain way. Listen, we can be leaders, lead and influence people in truth, in wisdom, in what they should do, but it's their responsibility as well to make those choices. Oftentimes when we believe that other people are responsible for our emotions and our reactions, we also believe that we can make another person act, be, and respond in a certain way. And so we have to completely shift outside of that. We have to completely shift outside of that thinking and realize that, listen, how other people react and respond is their choice. How you react and respond is your choice. Choose the emotion that you want. Choose the reaction that you will give. Be present, not attached to an outcome, not attached to needing something to pan out the way that you want for you to be safe and secure, needing for you to be able to control everything for you to be a powerful person. Listen, you don't need anything to go your way for you to be safe and secure. You don't. And again, that can be hard to hear if we've experienced things that we didn't like how they went. They made us feel unsafe and secure. Hearing that can make us feel like, well, you just don't know my situation. There's situations where if this happens, I'm not safe and secure. Your safety and security, that feeling, that emotion, and that reaction, you have control over. Because you can get out of situations that you don't feel safe and secure in. You can end relationships. You can set boundaries. And that's ultimately where we're pointing to here is that when we're somebody that doesn't have powerful boundaries in ourselves to say no when we mean no, to say yes when we mean yes, where we often say yes to things that we should say no to, where we say no to things that we probably should have said yes to. We also do the same thing with other people where we believe that if we only push or pressure hard enough, we can get them to do certain things. This framework in our lives leads us into a hamster wheel where we never take responsibility for our choices, our reactions, and we're trying to control other people based on how we view their boundaries, how we respect their boundaries. Listen, this goes two ways. If you are going to take ownership over your choices, your reactions, you also need to give that ability to other people. You also need to stop trying to pressure, manipulate, control, or dictate how other people act in situations, and stop trying to make controlling everything around you be the cause and effect of your safety, security, and confidence. When you're a confident person, when you're a powerful person, when you respect other people's boundaries and their choices, you don't need another person to act, be, or do anything for you to be safe, secure, and powerful. You don't need anybody to act, be, or do anything for your emotions or your reactions to fall in line with what you want, because ultimately, again, you're giving up the power to your choices to another person, and because you believe that you can do the same thing to them. And because you believe that if you react in a certain way, then I can control them to act the way that I want. That's ultimately what it boils down to, my friends. It's ultimately what emotional reactions boil down to, is that if I react in a certain way, I can control somebody else to do what I want them to. The same thing that we're saying that nobody can do to us and we're reacting to, and it becomes, man, this polarity, these positive and negative ends that go bzz, 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 and they fire against each other. Instead of just saying, hey, listen, I respect your boundary. I'm not going to try to control you. You can't control me. We don't need to say that, by the way. You don't need to go out there and start saying that to people. But know that in your knower and in your being that you are a powerful person. Nobody has the ability to control, manipulate, or make you do, react, respond, or feel anything. You have control over your emotions, and you're not responsible for somebody else's emotional response. And when we do this, we can start to be powerful people that makes choices, that does what we say we want to do, that keeps the promises that we make to ourselves and other people, that are consistent and stay consistent doing the things that are going to help us reach our goals. And if you're somebody that's struggling to stay consistent reaching your goals, going after the things that you know that you need to do, ultimately, I notice it all boils down to this right here. Are we afraid? Do we feel like I need to control everything, and if I don't, then things are going to go bad? This is what it all boils down to. Let go of that. Be present. Live powerfully. Nobody's responsible for your feelings or emotions but you, and you have the power to be a powerful person, to make the choices, to make the decisions, to do the things that you say you're going to do, and stay consistent. Hold yourself accountable. Nobody needs to hold you accountable for you to be successful. Stop giving up the power of your life to other people and start being a powerful person today, this week, and go after your dreams and your goals. Grow your life, everybody, and we'll talk soon.